In Genesis, we can see that in the beginning, God created man and woman to be together. And in Ephesians 5 verse 25 it says, "The husbands should love their wives just as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her." Going back to Genesis, it says that a man should leave his father and mother to be with his wife, and they will be bonded together and become one flesh. This is Genesis 2 verse 24. When we love somebody, we give up things for them, just like Jesus gave up his life for us on the cross because he loved us. Love also has special qualities. It is kind, it does not envy, it's not proud, it is respectful, not selfish, it doesn't easily anger, and does not hold grudges. These are the principles of love that we can find in 1 Corinthians 13 verse 2, and that we should look for in our future spouses. Ellen G. White says that marriage is a love that is a foretaste of heaven. It is a union for life, which is a symbol of Christ and his union to the church. Not only should we honor God with our relationships, but we should also honor him with our diets and how we treat our bodies. A simple guideline is found in 1 Corinthians 10 verse 31. "So whatever you eat or drink, or whatever you do it all to the glory of God." Simple, right? When it comes to what we should not eat, this is made clearly known in Leviticus 11 verses 4 through 44, but we're going to read verses 3 and 4. "Whatever parteth the hoof, and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that ye shall eat. Nevertheless, ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean to you." The verses go on to talk about fish, and how we should not eat fish that don't have fins or scales, and so on and so forth. Not only do we have to be careful with what we eat, but we should watch out for what we put into our bodies in the forms of drinks. In Proverbs 20 verse 1 it says that wine is a mocker, and strong drink is a brawler, and whosoever is led astray is not wise. It also goes on to say in Galatians 5 verse 21 that envy and drunkenness and anything like this, if you do them, you will not inherit the kingdom of God. God really wants us to watch out for how we treat our bodies, because we are the living temples of God, and we need to have them clean and useful so that God can do his service in us. When it comes to money, God clearly states that it does not bring true joy or happiness. God does not want us to lay our possessions on this earth, but he wants us to have our minds set on heavenly things that will not rust or perish. In Ecclesiastes 5 verse 10 it says, "Whosoever loves money never has enough, and whosoever loves wealth is never satisfied with their income. All of this is meaningless." Also Proverbs 11 verse 4 says that wealth is worthless in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. If we make wrong choices, we are hurting the body God gave us for his service, and we are misrepresenting God. We need to be a light to the world, and in order to do this, we have to act and obey like God. We need to obey anything he tells us and everything he tells us. We need to make sure that all we do and say glorifies him.